Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and JTG Daugherty Racing are Daytona 500 champions. It might have been the most underwhelming Daytona 500 of all time, but they won it, so who cares? I don't really think I need to go into too much detail about why this is such a big win for JTG Daugherty and Ricky Stenhouse. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's the Daytona 500. This is a lower-level driver and a lower-level team. They're major underdogs. Of course, it's a big deal. But I think that what is making this a bigger deal, at least to me in my head, is because I was going into 2023 expecting this to be a prove-it year for Ricky. This was going to have to be the year that he actually showed some kind of development, or at the very least, he was going to have to start showing that he can bring cars home in one piece, because in 2022, he actually had his highest DNF rate of his career. And whenever you're a race car driver that really isn't bringing home top 10s, top 15s, you're not providing anything talent-wise as far as performance, the least you need to be able to do is bring your car home every week. That is literally why Eric Almirola has had a job for so many years, that and bacon. That being said, though, I don't want to sit here and pretend like Ricky Stenhouse has just been god-awful for this team. This is actually only their second win since their inception in 2008, their first one being back in 2014 whenever AJ Almendinger won at Watkins Glen. And speaking of AJ, really when you line up all 6 drivers that have raced full-time for JTG, including Marcus Ambrose, Bobby Labonte, AJ, Ryan Preece, Chris Buescher, and Ricky, I mean, Ricky's stats really aren't bad compared. They're not better. They're just about average. I would say that Ricky is, whenever he finishes races, bringing home the 47 car about where any average driver would bring it home at. But with this Daytona 500 win, it does change my mind. If there ever was the possibility of JTG moving on from Ricky, I would say that that is gone now, barring some kind of major underperformance in 2023, which I don't see happening. I would say worst case is they're just about the same as they were. They just get to make the playoffs and get out in the first round. After the big win, owners Tad and Jody Geischichter came out and said they believe that this is going to be a turning point for this team this year. They've really furthered their alliance with Hendrick Motorsports and Chevy as a whole, and they expect to be competitive this year, and I applaud their optimism. And I could definitely see, especially after this win, a little money coming in, I could definitely see them have an uptick. But I personally am not going to put any money on Ricky winning another race this year. Obviously, we got plenty of more super speedway races. He's always good at Dirt Bristol. Ricky could get another win this year. There's no doubt. Do I think it's going to happen? No. And I really don't see a massive change in pace for this team. I could see them having a slight uptick in performance, but honestly, I think if they were going to make a major jump, we would have seen it at least a little bit more out of them last year. A lot of other small teams took a jump, and JTGD really just kind of stood still last season. But we will see. I could definitely see a slight uptick. Maybe Ricky getting a little more top 15s in there, maybe a couple more top 10s onto his record at the end of the year. We'll see. But even though I would find it incredibly hard to believe that JTGD would even consider letting him go after they got a Daytona 500 with him, I still think that Ricky needs to work on bringing the car home in one piece. I mean, listen, there is a reason his nickname is Ricky Spinhouse, and it is not because of his incredible car control. But what do you guys think? Do you think that JTGD should still consider moving on from Ricky? Or do you think he's bought himself some more time? What do y'all think? Tell me in the comments, and I hope y'all have a great day.